Hey guys, welcome to another English commentary done by Diggity. This match is going to be between Luxury and Memory. We have Luxury starting in the bottom left-hand corner in purple. We have Memory starting in the upper right-hand corner in white. It's on Byzantium too, and should be a fun match. This is a pretty stacked group, I would say. Really good players across the board. These would, I think, this is the match of the better two players though out of the grouping. Luxury, of course, playing at a very high level lately. He's kind of the great Zerg hope. He's the only Zerg player that's really, I would say, S or A class borderline at the moment. Jaedong still A class, but just hasn't been getting a lot accomplished. In the kind of the reign of Protoss days, he's the only one that's really doing anything. So won the WCG. It's had some tough matches against Best, and the question is can he mentally take a championship at this stage? I think he's capable of it because he's playing at such a high level, but yeah, I think he's got to get through some mental barriers first to really get to kind of push through and claim that top title Zerg. So anyway, Memory on the opposite end. I haven't seen a match where he's not gone dropships yet. He really forces, he's not going to be a pushover for Luxury. He really forces his opponents to multitask, and I haven't seen him give a game where he didn't force his opponent to beat him, where he just threw a game away, where he played so poorly or just played standard and didn't give his opponent a challenge, where his opponent didn't have to seize the game out of Memory's, kind of gripped, wretched hands. So, give me the game. You have to rip it out of there. So anyway, looks like the Overlord Scout headed to the upper left-hand corner. This is Byzantium 2. If you're unfamiliar with it, I think it's a pretty solid map, and I expect it to be played more often across the board in Pro League, and maybe actually it might get popular in iCup because I think it's fairly balanced and I think it's fairly interesting. You have the inverted ramp leading to the secondary. You've got your standard, basically pseudo-free base if you wanted to go for a seal-in on your front door. Most Terran have opted not to, though. Kind of a reverse temple-esque, and additionally, it looks like, yeah, another gas take. We've been seeing this a lot from Terran lately, going for the quick gas and factory. Looks like Luxury starting to scout out to the bottom right-hand corner. It's going to be a while before he comes across Memory's base. Memory now scouting the upper left-hand corner. Going mech has been very popular for Terran lately, and I called this a very long time ago in a completely wrong fashion. And what was that? It was someone versus GG Play, basically. It was like, oh yeah, we're totally going to see Terran go mech right now on maps like Katrina, and I was completely wrong. But now we're seeing more of a resurgence of Terran Tech versus Zerg, which is fun. I like seeing it mixed up. I like seeing not just the standard bio in this matchup, and we'll see how Luxury decides to deal with this. So I think he went 12 hatch, or wasn't paying, I'm sorry, 12th pool, wasn't paying full attention, so going a little bit more economical. But yeah, I'm almost positive that was a 12 pool. But anyway, back to the map. Byzantium, pretty good for Zerg versus Terran. It's, I think, even statistically thus far, and the reason I think is because you've got that third base, and it can be pushed on, but it's semi-easy to defend for Zerg because there's flanking opportunities across. You can go across the ramp and you can create a flank for yourself on that third base, so it's not a pushover. So Terran can still push on it if they want to, but it's not impossible for Zerg to defend like on a lot of other maps. Zergling's now pushing that front door, almost able to take out that SCV. Just 2 hits left on it. Let's see if it comes around. Yeah, almost taken out. Looks like I got caught. Oh, just managed to scoot through. Zergling's taking out 2 Marines on the front door. That factory has been spotted, though, so Luxury knows he's going up against more of a mech build. Now, the question is what Memory decides to do from this stage on. We've seen a quick push to science vessels. We've seen 2 factories. We've seen shift to 2-port Wraith at this stage, and it opens up a lot of tech options for Terran as well. 3rd hatchery now down for Luxury, so Luxury going into more of a 3-hatch build, and we'll see if he decides to go with Hydralisks or Mutalisks. Hydralisks working out well in the prior match. I won't spoil it again. Machine Shop going down. We are seeing a 2-factory build, so 2-factory build here from Memory going up against Luxury. And it's been very popular in particular on this map, and maybe it's because of because Vultures have a lot of options. Vultures are pretty good on this map. It's fairly wide open. You've got a lot of kind of shifts in between you can go, and siege tanks also pretty decent on this map because cliffside edges, things like that. I think siege tanks are always good. Who doesn't want siege tanks, honestly? Siege tanks are just so fun with their explosions and whatnot. 3 SCVs on gas definitely indicates he's going to, well, he's already got the 2nd factory up, but that would have been the indicator if I'd keyed on it earlier. And already it looks like going to be able to spot this out. 3 creep colony going down to deny further scouting, but and also to deal with that vulture coming out. But I like the vultures early because the vultures help deal with the early Zergling scouts as well. Really, kind of the vulnerability of this build is detection, in my opinion. Lurkers can be very strong in this map, and we are seeing a Hydralist stand out. Drone kill! Drone coming around, getting 1 kill. Hero drone, you've always got to feel good when you're a drone getting a kill right there. A little bit vulnerable placement, though, of that Hydralist stand. Really very close on that front door. Luxury, if he gets pushed in on at all, he's not really going to be able to defend that. But yeah, going Hydralisk into Lurker, I think late detection is one of the vulnerabilities of this Terran build, just because you're way away from science vessels, and mines are your next closest option. As long as our Overlord's in position, the mines are less than effective. So although mines really annoying, and it forces your Zerg opponent to micromanage a little bit more than he wants to, sending out Zerglings to kind of clear it, but you got to clear the vultures out first, otherwise they just get picked off. Armory now going down, so probably going to see a shift into Goliath. Again, pretty typical for two-factory build. Some Zerglings, a nice little blockade there from Luxury. Doesn't want to get that, doesn't want to worry about a Vulture run by here. And a couple Hydralisks being produced, probably to take some hits at those Vultures on the front door. And instead of going for, and yeah, that second factory delaying that expansion a little bit there for Memory. Memory now taking his expansion. Now the question is when does Memory put down that starport to go shuttles? And I'm almost positive he will, because again, that tends to be his MO. That's really his strong suit of play. Second gas now up for Luxury. Luxury playing quite a bit more defensively. It looks like he's going to wait for more Hydralisks, more drones, a little bit better of economy, play a little bit more defensively, and then push out when he feels like he has a large enough attack force. In the meantime, not going to reveal the unit composition he has to Memory, just keeping a couple Hydralisks and those Zerglings on the front door. Just pumping drones, and this is interesting because Memory can't really break into that. I don't think he wants to risk losing his Vultures just to kind of get an idea of unit composition. And now we're seeing both the Spire and the Evolution Chamber go down. So Evolution Chamber down to get Armory, and the Spire to assist a little bit. Now actually pushing up with those Vultures, losing one of them and taking damage on a second. But the Zerglings still remaining stalwart here. Memory backing off, planting a couple mines to get a little bit of a spot when Luxury decides to push out as well. And checking also, it looks like he's going to plant a mine just to be annoying at that 9 o'clock location, and probably the 6 o'clock location, the next likely bases. Engineering Bay going down to assist one against the Mutalisk Harass and also provide a little bit of static detection. A couple Goliaths out. And and again, the Mutalisk, any sort of ground combination tends to help against the Goliaths, whether it's Mutalisk Hydra, Mutalisk Zergling. As long as there's a combo attack on them and they have to do two things at once, they have difficulty. They're a lot like me in my gaming efforts. I have difficulty doing more. Any player difficulty doing more than one thing at once. I guess they're gamers inside there. They're like, come on, multitask, and then they just end up getting killed, and banging their keyboard as a Zergling devours them from beneath. Mind clearing here now from Luxury. He's got that Overlord speed, which is gonna give him map control back. He can pursue around the map, engage those Vultures head on, and do some mine clearing at the same time. Looks like, I think I see a little bit of white in that upper left hand corner, and I'm wondering if that's just a mine or if that's maybe another clever expansion going up. Looks like we are seeing another expansion going up from Luxury. The Vultures trying to push down, getting some free hits. They know they're not really going to be able to take that down all that effectively. Approaching the Zerglings, still creating the blockade, and the Vultures getting pinned in, taking a couple free hits there. Able to escape with their lives, but still a lot weaker than they would be otherwise. Goliath in position to engage, maybe a Mutalisk Harass coming. Keep in mind, Memory at this stage completely in the dark. There's the starport now. He's not able to get the Academy, get the ComSat out as quickly because he's going for this mechanical build, and as a result he's going to end up playing in the dark until for quite a while against Luxury on the opposite end. Has no idea what Luxury's tech is doing. He just knows that he's expanding at this stage, and he's got a lot of Hydralisks on the ground. I don't think even he most likely knows about that Spire, and he knows essentially what he's going up against, but Luxury not revealing a lot of information aside from basically the Zerglings he has on his front door and the Hydralisks he used to clear the map otherwise. Just kind of playing it a little bit safe otherwise. Anyway, mineral only being taken from Luxury. It doesn't look like he's establishing a third gas, which might actually hurt him, because again, Terran versus Zerg tends to be about the getting the tech fast rather than, I would say, producing a large amount of units as quickly as possible, like in other matchups. It's still important, but I would still, there he's now establishing the 6 o'clock. I'm surprised he didn't go for that a little bit sooner, and just glutting on the drones here. He's produced nothing but drones at this stage. He's just almost, you would think it was a skeleton crew. Almost, what was that, 8 Hydralisks and not even a full control group of Zerglings, and that's it. That is absolutely it from Luxury, where on the opposite side, Memory has a whole bunch of Goliaths out in preparation for some sort of air attack. Now Science Facility going down, but you can see a dropship being produced, so we are going to see the standard dropship action here, probably a Vulture drop from Memory, but yeah, Luxury doing a very good job of really hiding what he's doing. Some more Hydralisks coming up to kill additional units, and he's just completely macroing up otherwise. We'll see really what he's up to in the late game. He might be thinking about a drop on he might be doing like kind of the classic counter. Weapons 1, the standard upgrade against Terran mech. Again, Carapace not as important. You don't need to. Well, I'm actually not sure what the theory is behind that. Why they do that. Weapons 1 also on the opposite side from Terran. A more intelligent player who's more experienced can explain to me why